Right. Firstly, a big good evening to our guest, Jeff Hughes. Good evening.
Thanks for having me, mate.
Quite all right. Jeff, you signed for Tranmere Rovers initially on loan. Did you think you were going to stay past your loan period?
I would, you're never really sure, are you? You hope it works out, but Tranmere were always good with me and said there was a contract at the end of it. I just had to sort out leaving Cambridge because it wasn't too. It didn't go too well for me down there, so it was just a matter of getting out of one to get into the other,
And to come and play for Tranmere, obviously, I think we were below Cambridge at the time. Was that an easy decision to leave Cambridge to join Tranmere?
Yeah, I'd actually been talking to Tranmere before I signed for Cambridge, but I'm not sure what was going on at the time, but they weren't sure if who they were signing or what they could sign. So I ended up signing for Cambridge, but I always kept in touch. And thankfully, once I got the chance, I was able to move. And
an instant hit with the fans at Prenton Park, Jeff. You came in and you were just, well, I'll say you came in and you were quite clearly a class act in our midfield.
Well, I appreciate it. I didn't feel like that at the time, to be honest, because we just missed out on promotion. And I remember at the end of the season standing and some of the fans were being interviewed and just shouting at the gaffer. And I thought, oh, we're not in for an easy ride here. But I think the 2 seasons after that, we done quite well and got the club back to where it should have been.
And you mentioned a bit a rough patch in the league on your first time. Of course, we went to Wembley in the playoffs. Do you believe that we probably had enough in that squad to maybe go up automatics?
The first year?
Yeah.
Yeah. Forest Green are a good team. They were massive spenders down there. They had a lot of quality, but I think maybe we played the occasion and not the match that day. I think there was a few nerves, and that comes with playing for a big club like Tranmere, expectation and stuff. So I think that maybe got the better of us the first year. We went down 2 days early and kind of built it up more than we probably should have. But thankfully we got the chance straight away the next year to put it right.
And that Forest Green game, some of the fans who looked at that game, I think they expected Tranmere to absolutely steamroll them and convincingly win the game. And to be fair, I think we've signed half of Forest Green's players from that squad, to be fair, at the moment. But was that a thought from the players? Did you, obviously it's going to be a difficult game, but did you go into that game thinking, oh, okay, this is not only Forest Green, but it could have been more difficult?
No, we definitely didn't take them lightly. We knew they were a good team. They'd give us really hard games in the league. I remember down there, the first half, they destroyed us, and we actually just went for it the second half, and I think we ended up getting a draw and probably should have won the game. But, we knew if we weren't on our game, they could beat us, and they did, to be fair.
And you've suffered defeat and victory at Wembley Stadium. But let's start off with defeat. What does it feel like to get beat at Wembley?
It's heartbreaking. It's soul destroying. That trip back just seems to go on forever. I know I'm 25 and getting out of London could be bad at the best of times, but honestly, you're just praying to get up the road and get home and just get into bed and have a wee cry on your own.
And the following season, it was again a very fruitful season for Tranmere. Absolutely on fire, James Norwood. We get to the playoffs yet again, only second to Lincoln in the division. And opening few minutes, a red card for Liam Rydals. You must think, oh my God, what's happening here?
Yeah, it was a strange one, especially with Liam. He's usually quite a level-headed lad. I think the difference in the teams from the previous year is Mickey really instilled a belief in us that, when you're down to 10 men, you're thinking stay in the game. But even in the second half when we come out, we felt that we could go on and win the game. There was no kind of playing for a set piece or playing for a draw and maybe go to penalties or whatever. It was with that belief, even in the semi-finals, and we went behind, and there was a few murmurs and stuff in the crowd, and people thinking, oh no, but there was a real strong character and belief in that squad, and I think it showed. The winning with 10 men in a cup final, a promotion final, from so early on, shows the strength of character Mickey had installed in us all.
Did Mickey use the year before as motivation before the match?
Yeah, he said. He actually said after the first year, he said, "Have a think of how this feels, and don't ever let it happen to you again." And that kind of resonated with me, kind of stuck with me. That real low of the football career, a year wasted where you give everything all year and you come up short. It really stings. So you kind of kick that in the locker, and it helps when you come up. Your mind's playing games on you, and you think down to 10 men, and you think, no, we're not letting this happen. Not 2 years in a row.
And there was probably more pressure on the Boreham Wood game for promotion, because I think if we hadn't gone up that season, we were in danger of doing pretty much what Wrexham, what Stockport, what Chester have done, and just stagnating and becoming a real National League team. Did you as players feel that pressure?
Yeah, but you feel pressure at Tranmere because, let's be honest, they should never have been down there. Such a big club and great fan base and all goes with that. So there was pressure every game because you were expected to win every game. Like you said, Forest Green, no disrespect to Boreham Wood, spent a lot more money, a lot more ambition. They were a much stronger squad, but Tranmere, we still expect to go out and beat them. So I think some Tranmere fans would probably expect us even to win with 10 men. And, it just comes out of territory when you play for a big club.
And at the end of the game, you couldn't ask for, well, to be fair, we'd expect James Norwell to pop up with the winner of the season he was having, and to score in dramatic fashion. I think it was 10 minutes to go. Just explain the feeling, what it's like just to be slogging away. You got 10 men, it's 1-1, it's looking like it's going to extra time, and then up pops Norwood, header, bottom corner of the far post. I tell you what, that must have been absolutely electrifying.
Yeah, it was brilliant. It's such a feeling. Like I said, the year previous, the bus journey wasn't great. That was an amazing bus journey. I still got videos on my phone of that bus journey home. It was the next day and a half was just a blur. It was fun. I actually missed the boat home. My wife had went home previous with the kids, and I told her if we win, I'll get the bus home on a Sunday, and I ended up on Monday, was it? Time stood still there for a while, but I ended up missing my boat, and I was supposed to pack the house up, and celebrations went on for a day or two too long, and the earful I got there. So it was one of them where you just didn't want that feeling to end, and I knew once I went home and got on that boat that it was the end of the celebration. So I got in a bit of trouble for how excited we got after that.
And to walk up them Wembley steps as a winner and lift the playoff trophy, describe that feeling to us, Jeff, because not many people can get that feeling, but you've had it, you felt it. What's it like?
You have to wait to be called up, and you go halfway up and you're in a wee tunnel, and we're all sort of looking around sort of at each other thinking, what are we doing? And then someone just burst into song, and we all started dancing and singing halfway up the stairs. And then some guy came down shouting at us, hurry up, please hurry up. And it was just brilliant. Like I say, from the final whistle right through to a couple of days, it was just elation. It was fantastic. And again, the spirit and the sort of camaraderie in the group, everyone stayed out, everyone stayed together for the celebrations and a couple of days, and it was brilliant. It really was one of the best feelings I've had in football.
And for you to be your farewell to Tranmere, to have that promotion under your belt, to see Tranmere back to the Football League, and then go and get a deal to move back home, it must have been the perfect summer for you.
Yeah, it was fantastic. I got a wee bit jealous the following year when they won the League Two as well, because I remembered how good it was. So, it was fantastic. Getting home, being around the family, getting settled in, and on, like you say, on the back of that. And there's a lot of stuff happening here at Larne. There's new stadium going up, new pitch going in, full-time football in the Irish League. It's really, really picking up. So it was brilliant to finish like that, but there's also a project here that my heart's in. So it's just been fantastic. It's been on a personal note, it's been a great couple of years, you know.
I just say it was a wonderful opportunity, and especially to move back home as well. That must have been the icing on the cake, that for you. But did you feel deep down that one more crack of Football League would have been nice?
Hindsight's a wonderful thing, but if you knew it was going to go the way it was, obviously it would have been great to do that. But at the same time, coming and playing for your hometown teams fills you full of pride and excitement, and you know it was fantastic to be able to come home and do it. So I wouldn't look back and regret it. But you know, when I watched the final again and I seen Connor head that in, I thought, I know what's going to happen tonight, and I know how good the celebrations are going to be, and I did miss it.
Yeah, 190 minutes. I tell you what, you could have done a bit sooner. I tell you what, my nerves were shot. Fast forward to this season, Jeff. It's been a pretty rough 12 months in terms of the demotion back down to League Two. I know you still look at the club quite fondly, but as an onlooker, even for you, that must have been quite frustrating to see the way we were treated.
To be honest, I don't want to bring other people's names in it. For people to vote to cancel the season, but then go and play on in the playoffs and stuff. It was a joke. It really was a joke. Was it points per game, or how they tried to describe it? But for clubs to vote to want to cancel the season because they're worried about COVID, but then happily play in the playoffs, there should have been a better way done. It should have been a fair way done it. It just seems that Tranmere is getting a kick in the teeth every chance some people get, you know. So, but I think they'll fight back. Hopefully this year they really had a bit of form now. The last couple of games they've been scrappy and still getting the win, which was something we did and teams do. Hopefully when we get promotion, so hopefully they'll get back up there this year, and it's short-lived, that demotion.
And they have bounced back tremendously, Jeff, and now another trip to Wembley and a cup final too for Tranmere to take on Sunderland next week in the Papa John's Trophy final. Yeah.
Hopefully, like I say, I watched the semi-final and they were worthy winners, and they're starting to really, I wouldn't say gel as a team because they were always fighting hard, but they're definitely, there's definitely something around there now. You can see it just watching. There's like a good togetherness, and there's a real fight and hunger among them, and I don't think they need to fear anybody.
I say on paper though, I say Sunderland are a massive club, but they came through the grounds. They beat Oxford, Peterborough, Leicester under 21s, Man City under 21s. So they've done it the hard way, Jeff, to get there.
I honestly don't think they need to fear them. Sunderland will have to be under the pressure. They're the ones, you know, that should be going there and turning over that old Tranmere, but it's easier said than done. So if I was the players, I'd be getting in there full of confidence and knowing that, you know, there's no expectations on them. It's all the pressure will be on Sunderland.
And from a fan's point of view, Jeff, obviously they've not been able to go to the games this year, and sadly they can't go to the final. But as a spectacle and the year away from football, what a treat for the fans to end this pandemic pretty much with a cup final, where there's no pressure of promotion. You haven't got to go and win. Just go there, enjoy the day, and play for a trophy.
Yeah, well, obviously any trophy's great, but it's also nice to look back on this period of complete unrest and people not knowing where they're coming or going in their personal lives, and look back with a bit of pride and a bit of joy to see something almost so devastating and a wee bit light at the end of the tunnel. It may only be football, but you know what it means to the fans. It's life or death.
And yourself, Jeff, have you got a message for the supporters of Tranmere? Because I know they were very fond of you at your time at Tranmere.
Wish them all the best. Thank them for their support. They were always great with me. Always good. They always are great anyway. And good luck to the players and the staff. And you've a wee fan club over here in Larne now, so good luck for the final.
Brilliant. And Jeff, yourself, doing well at Larne, I see? Still playing?
Yeah, well, I've still ticking along. Not quite the same as it was, but still getting there.